A little to a lot has changed since the last video of 2020. And since we're at the end of 2022, maybe it's time we finish off the story and update where fate had met had met its end for the time being. What on earth happened to the Atlanta trip that I was supposed to go on? What on earth happened after December 25th, 2020? What happened to what was to be? But to understand that, we need to go back a bit. Hello everyone. My name is Jacob Ems, and this is the surprising rise of my Atlanta trip. So, in case any of you are unaware of the story up to a certain point, I'll just recap what happened before. On December 25th, 2019, I received tickets to go to an Atlanta to an Atlanta race during March break of 2022. It was to be my third NASCAR trip, with the first taking place in summer of 2012 and the second in summer of 2014 at Bristol Motor Speedway in Tennessee and Watkins Glen International in New York. However, what would happen next was something I wasn't expecting. The trip started on March 11th, 2020. But however, the what happened, and the trip was called off indefinitely. The NASCAR Hall of Fame, which was to be part of the trip at that point, was also closed due to the restrictions. And when the race did get underway and happened at some point, Kevin Harvick would get the win. And last known information about the trip would have come in the form of one of my gifts on December 25th, 2020, where I would receive a gift to get at a few items from Daryl's Diecast, an online store. Little was known about the trip for 2021 as well, as the future was still unknown. In 2021, when the races were underway in some capacity, Ryan Blaney won the spring race and Kurt Busch won the summer race. Kurt Busch's win in particular was the last race to run on the original surface, as it was to be reconfigured and repaved as of the 2022 season. What makes this interesting, however, is how the timing was more perfect than ever. In March of 2022, it was finally finalized that the trip was to happen, and I managed to finally get what I was waiting for this whole time. Not only would I visited during the trip a few days before the race began. My brother, and my father visited the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte, North Carolina, to see all of which that has changed during the last time I was there in 2013. The holy grail of all of that was one of the newest temporary attractions, Bubba Wallace's number 23 McDonald's Chevrolet Camaro. and it was which was won at the 2021 Yellowwood 500 at Talladega Superspeedway, which was one of my favorite races of the 2021 season. And there was also an exhibit that we saw where with Ben Rhodes, the Truck Series champion of 2021, Daniel Hemrick, the Xfinity champion of 2021, and the best one of the best of the three, Kyle Larson, the 2021 champion of the Cup Series, who won the regular series championship and the championship that same year, going from nearly losing everything he'd worked towards up to that point to winning damn near everything. Other attractions on the way to Atlanta included the RCR Racing Museum, the Penske Racing, Kyle Busch Motorsports, and the Charlotte Motor Speedway, but only to visit the gift shop. Concord Mills, a shopping center, was also visited, and we managed to encounter the Lionel store, which sold a bunch of model engines, as well as having a decent enough NASCAR display the time we visited. And this trip turned out to be better than I originally expected. And during the 2 days of racing, Corey Helm won the truck race, Ty Gibbs won the Xfinity race, and on the final day, the day we were to leave, William Byron won the Cup race in a pretty spectacular way. After that, we packed up our things and went home. In conclusion, Atlanta has been a pretty good success, and the conclusion of the story makes it a whole lot better. Because it was the best part of such a great year, it was added to the list of places that I have visited, and it's become one of the most popular places that I went on vacation. It wasn't ruined or abandoned, and it wasn't entirely forgotten. It was basically a good trip that I went on, and one I'll remember for the foreseeable future. And it will forever be a part of the wonderful places that I went to. Places that are beautiful, memorable, special, spectacular, amazing, and powerful. The world devoid of such places may be bland, and the artistic landscape full of copiers and imitators is not much better, but these amazing, larger-than-life experiences are now part of who I am as Jacob, and now I have come to the conclusion that the story has been concluded, now and forever. Atlanta Motor Speedway is a place that I'll remember for the foreseeable future, and it's unknown when I'll be back there. But if there's one thing that I will forever be grateful for, is that I will now be living in a world where I finally went to Atlanta, as long as I remember March of 2022. Hello everyone. Before we end this video off, we appreciate all of that you've done for us throughout this entire year, and we also look forward to seeing you guys in 2023. And we also look forward to hearing another 2023 Jacobs. Hopefully it's your Jacobs, not anyone in real life. Well, to me at least. Anyway, from all of us here on this channel, 2022 thanks. and 2023. See you in 2023's. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that we're now at 1,195 videos. You just had to mention the numbers, didn't you? Well, see you in 2023, everyone, and Happy New Year to you all.